It's really very important that you're here and that you set yourself as an example for other people that might think of doing so the same thing. And we would like you to tell us a few things about your experience and also about the protection of the whistleblowers.
Well, my experience is quite extraordinary. I reported corruption involving the UN when I was assigned there in the UN peacekeeping operation in Kosovo. It would have involved the payment of a bribe of $500 million, if it were true. And I reported this to the Inspector General of the UN, and there was an investigation. My UN colleagues found out about my cooperation with this investigation, and they retaliated against me as a whistleblower, which led to the devastation of my career, and 7 years of a court battle with the UN, which in the end I ultimately lost. But it was not without some success. Success in the court of public opinion, where the journalists all over the world were largely on my side, where the U.S. Congress was actually on my side by passing legislation that required all international organizations that did not help whistleblowers to lose 15% of their U.S. funding. And so in the end, I would absolutely do it again. It was the right thing to do. And I hope that Greece and other countries bound by the EU directive pay close attention to how whistleblowers should be encouraged and protected, and not just with good words on paper in law.
And now you go around the world traveling and setting yourself as an example, but I'm sure you are having a lot of questions from many people. What about me? What about my family and everything? Probably they are very anxious, those people, of what they're going to do. What are you telling them?
I tell them I had this experience recently in Tunisia where someone attacked me for having sacrificed my family in the course of blowing the whistle, which is in fact true. I don't deny that my family suffered as I did, and that not all of my family, my children and my wife, were supportive of this decision. But sometimes there are things that are more important than family, and my family ultimately did support me, mainly, and they now are proud of what I did because they appreciate as adults that it was clearly the right thing to do.
Do you feel that now things are a little bit better as far as protection of the whistleblowers is concerned, rather than the past?
No, I wish I could say they were. I think there is in my own country, in the United States, which is far advanced when it comes to whistleblower issues. We've been dealing with them since 1971, so that's almost 50 years. And there's the support for whistleblowers wasn't very strong, and there are many examples of whistleblowers who did not receive sufficient protection. But I think one of the interesting effects of social media among the young people, where so much is online, so much is transparent, that there's a real support for whistleblowers, for people who come forward and take that step, because it is, if you can't get it out in the mainstream media, you can get it out in social media, which reaches vast numbers of younger people. And I think that's been a huge step forward for whistleblowers.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.